The ODM party was humiliated badly in Msambweni. That's the honest reality. And the blame game is currently ongoing within the party. Everybody is blaming everybody for that loss. Not a single individual is willing to take responsibility for the loss in Msambweni. And I've been going through the comments online. It's the same. The blame games. But I was reading a post by Wafula Buke. And that post, Wafula Buke is talking about 10 reasons why the ODM party lost in Msambweni. So I want us to get into Wafula Buke's post and dissect the content there, because the content is very deep. But before we do that, if you're watching this video for the first time, I want you to take a second or two and click the subscribe button, so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. Now back to the main issue. The post by Wafula Buke is interesting, and I got interested in it because Wafula Buke is not your ordinary Kenyan. Wafula Buke has history in this country, well documented. Wafula Buke did not graduate from the university because he had to leave the country. And when Raila Odinga contested for the presidency in 2007 and his victory was stolen, then Raila Odinga formed coalition government with Mzee Kibaki. And by doing that, it meant that Raila Odinga had access to opportunities. So he thought of Wafula Buke and talked to William Ruto to allow Wafula Buke serve as his personal assistant in his office. I think during that time, William Ruto was the Minister for Agriculture. So Wafula Buke worked with Ruto. And within no time, Ruto started rebelling. And when Ruto opted to leave ODM party, Wafula Buke opted not to go with William Ruto. Those who have worked with William Ruto will tell you that when it comes to money, working with him is the best. But Wafula Buke chose to remain with Raila Odinga at the expense of money. I am sure if Wafula Buke had stayed with William Ruto, probably would be one of the richest Kenyans in this country today. He didn't do that. So Wafula Buke's loyalty to Raila Odinga cannot be questioned. Then from there, Wafula Buke was appointed by Raila Odinga to serve in his secretariat. I think as one of the advisors, political advisors, during the 2013 general election. Again, Raila Odinga never won. That's the time Walo was the campaign manager. David Osianya, I think, was representing the youth. Then Wambugu Munjiri was also there. Wafula Buke was also there. Then Raila Odinga disbanded this team. He sent everybody home, but retained 2 people. He retained Rosemary Kariuki, who was in charge of, who was then appointed as, they were seconded to ODM. And Rosemary was appointed as the director for recruitment and membership. Then Wafula Buke was appointed as the director at Orange House, in charge of strategy and politics. And that's why when Wafula Buke made that post, it got me really interested. I want us to go through Wafula Buke's post. Wafula Buke is saying, let me just get it. Msambweni by election. 10 reasons why the outcome, knowing ODM. Wafula Buke has been an insider within the ODM ranks. Raila Odinga trusts Wafula Buke more than most employees at Orange House. And that's why some of these guys fought so hard for him to be kicked out. He's saying at number one that there may have been more money than usual. Money in ODM occasions elbowing of the best from the theater of actions. With limited cash, the evil keeps off while the most talented and committed take charge of producing leaders, of producing good results. So according to Wafula Buke, and I agree with them, that probably this campaign had a bit of money. Or if it didn't have money, then Orange House released money for people to go there. So Wafula is claiming that when money is in ODM party, so these people will always try to kick out the best so that they can take charge. Someone was telling me that the team that left Orange House were actually just enjoying themselves somewhere until around 4. So number one is that. Number two is saying those in office always live in fear of better people outside of the power getting a chance to shine and emerge as alternatives. Ask my by-election partner Ratemboya from Suba. I rigged him in twice against everybody's approval. Again, what Wafula Buke is saying here is the truth. In ODM party, those who are inside always fear those who are outside. And they can really frustrate you. And I remember during the last election, I was actually one of the victims. Because there was something I was supposed to help in doing. Then some of these people ganged up. It's normally very vicious. So if you don't have that heart, then utatoroka. I want to confess. Nilitoroka. Number 3, Wafula Buke is saying intelligence. ODM may have had false intelligence. There is a kill in being an intelligence chief. I experienced it often and exposed it to Udurongwen to talk to them. Again, the question is, has Omari Boga the most popular candidate in Msambweni? And if he was, because I don't want to doubt, where are the proofs that indeed he was the most popular candidate? Where are the proofs? Is it possible that someone somewhere just sat somewhere, then came up with a narrative that Omari Boga was the most popular candidate? And that narrative carried the day, and it was a false narrative. Is it possible? In ODM, there are those people whose work is normally to feed the opponents. That's why in most cases, you'll always see a Tumbi posting things happening within ODM party even before the Secretary General of the party is made aware. So probably there was a false intelligence that Boga was the right candidate. So that's number 3. Number 4, Buke is saying that Raila is most vulnerable when in power. Conmen round him up while the most honest sink in oblivion. That's where he is today, now. That's how we get wrong candidates and wrong strategies on which to base campaigns. I agree with Wafula Buke. Whenever Raila Odinga is in power, his interactions with the ordinary Kenyans normally goes down. I've never understood why. That's the truth. When Raila is outside power, he's very lethal. So the question is it possible that Uhuru Kenyatta wanted to give Raila power so that Raila Odinga can lose his control or his influence within ODM politics? Number 5, Wafula is saying that Raila's charisma and power often disables the spine of his worksmate. He has too many Ndio Baba men and women who fear upsetting him. He often relies on junior contacts, drivers, sweepers, manambas, I have had numerous occasions with him about obvious issues the rest can't tell him. Again, the truth. Someone was telling me a story that people went for a meeting, serious meeting, and the guy representing Raila Odinga in that meeting just left for Orange House, went to that meeting, sat. The meeting was discussed. He never uttered a word. Then after that, he left. So those are the realities. So Raila Odinga always depends on this watu wa chini. That's why ukienda kwa hizi bunges, you'll always find Raila Odinga's people. And in most cases, he calls those people. Number 6 is saying that Oduro Ngwen has no operations brain while Edwin Sifuna lacks ear. One time I pleaded with David Ndii to advise Sifuna. His reply was, let's just say ODM made a mistake. What do you expect with a man of this kind at the helm of the campaign? Then the truth. With all due respect, Oduro Ngwen is very good with the paperwork. He can write articles. He can explain to people what people need to do. But there's one mistake. The mistake of the Yes team. So Yes team have made it impossible for Raila Odinga to meet some of these people. That's the truth. And number 6 is saying ODM is still branding itself since the shift in ideology. We have not explained how partnership with the land grabbers through BBI will settle the coastal land issues and historical injustices. Msambweni can't trust us. Again, and I think I did a video in my previous video, I mentioned it, that ODM party needs ideology. So that if you decide to support ODM party, you should have a reason why you are supporting ODM party and not Jubilee party, based on ideology. I don't know whether that can be achieved, but the truth of the matter is that ODM party lost somewhere. They lost somewhere along the way. So the ideology wing of the party is dead. Saizi watu wanatafuta tu pesa. They go to Msambweni with the hope that watapewa pesa. And number 8 is saying, I don't think there was sufficient coordination on the ground. ODM has critical shortage of this kind of labor in its warehouse. We are more blessed with propagandists. So basically there was no coordination. Nobody was coordinating. So kila mtu alikuwa ametoka penye yuko, Joho from Mombasa, fulani from where, then they converged. Ni kutembea tu na vijana. And number 8 is saying you can't engage William Ruto with men and women who love money. He listened to all conspiracies and got the services of all jukeboxes ODM men. You can trust Wafula Buke because he has dealt with William Ruto. And he believes that Ruto, working with Ruto, if you don't have money, or if you love money, it's not possible. He's going to put you in his pocket. And lastly, Wafula Buke is saying, quite often, Raila turns things to his favor, to our favor. This has created a culture of celebration during campaigns rather than working hard. Mbele ni kubaya. That's what Wafula Buke is concluding. That mbele ni kubaya. And that's also another reality. And I want us guys to face all these realities. Because people take advantage that when Raila Odinga is powerful, he goes to a place. Like let's say in Msambweni, there are people who believe that by Raila Odinga appearing in Msambweni, everything will be okay. So they can just mess up every other thing, then baba ataenda huko. And the voters today are more latent. So they can't buy such kind of things. You can't please them with penny. I don't know what you think, but I think whatever Wafula Buke has posted here, but I think whatever Wafula Buke has posted here is actually going to add value to you guys. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day.